She knocked on a stranger's door and changed her destiny forever. Her name was Sandy, and for most of her life, she existed in the quiet margins of the world. She was a street dog who had learned to move unseen, to survive without asking, to endure rejection without protest. No collar marked her as someone's companion. No home waited for her at night. Her days were shaped by hunger, cold pavement, and the long loneliness that comes from being ignored.
It's a female. She's really bad.
And yet, beneath her frail body and patchy fur, there was a gentle soul that still believed in kindness. How else could she have done what she did next? As a powerful hurricane approached, the air grew heavy and restless. Winds began to howl through empty streets, and the sky darkened with warning. Sandy felt it coming. She walked slowly and carefully until she reached a quiet house. Then, with a trembling paw, she touched the door and looked inside. She didn't bark. She didn't cry. She simply waited, asking in the softest way she knew for help. Did she know this single moment would change her life? Behind that door lived a young woman who volunteered in animal rescue. When she opened it, she found Sandy soaked, shaking, and exhausted, her eyes filled with fear, but also hope.
She's a girl. Her name is Sandy.
There was something deeply moving in the way Sandy stood there, as if unsure whether she deserved warmth or safety. Without hesitation, the woman welcomed her inside. She wrapped Sandy in a towel, spoke gently, and offered a quiet place to rest. Sandy collapsed into the blanket with a long, relieved sigh, the sound of a soul finally feeling safe. Outside, the storm raged. Inside, trust was born. Once the hurricane passed, reality set in. Sandy was taken to the veterinarian, where the truth of her condition became clear. She was severely malnourished, her immune system weak from long neglect. Her skin was irritated and sore, needing careful, ongoing treatment. It was serious, but not hopeless. Through it all, Sandy remained calm and patient, never showing aggression or fear. It was as if she sensed that this was the beginning of something new. The young woman brought Sandy home and began a slow, devoted journey of healing. Days were filled with gentle baths, soothing medication, and warm, nourishing meals. Nights were spent nearby, offering comfort and reassurance. She spoke to Sandy softly, reminding her she was safe now. "She's like a daughter to me," the woman said, and her actions made those words real. Little by little, Sandy responded. She gained weight, her fur began to grow back. Her eyes, once dull with exhaustion, slowly brightened with curiosity. Was this what love felt like? As her strength returned, Sandy started to follow her rescuer from room to room. She learned how to play again, how to wag her tail without hesitation, how to relax into a gentle touch. The fear that once shaped her movements began to fade. Soon, a temporary foster family stepped in to support her transition. They surrounded Sandy with affection, soft beds, toys, and patience. In their care, she didn't just recover, she blossomed. She was no longer merely surviving, she was glowing. Photos of Sandy's transformation were shared online, and her story touched hearts everywhere. People saw the difference compassion could make. Adoption requests began to arrive, one after another. But this decision mattered deeply. Sandy deserved more than just a home. She deserved the right one. After careful thought, a family nearby was chosen. They had space, experience, and most importantly, open hearts. They loved Sandy not just for who she had become, but for all she had overcome. When Sandy stepped into her forever home, it felt natural, as if she had always belonged there. She was greeted by other dogs, welcomed with wagging tails and gentle curiosity. She found her own bed, her own toys, her own place in the sun. Her days filled with walks, playtime, and peaceful rest. And because her new home was close, the woman who saved her could visit often. Their bond remained unbroken. Every visit was the same. Sandy would rush to the door, tail wagging, eyes shining with recognition. She remembered everything: the storm, the warmth, the hands that chose not to turn away. And the woman would smile, sometimes through tears, and whisper, "Look how far you've come."
Always moving her tail, super happy. I get goosebumps.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your skin's so itchy. Oh.
Guys, you have no idea.
We could set up a kissing booth.
You want to go outside? I think
$1
she
for a
wants to go
kiss.
outside.
$1 for a yeah.
I think she wants to go outside.
Let's get your leash. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. This is what she didn't like the leash. See?
Yeah, same thing happened to me.
No, baby. No.
I was scared. I'm
no
like,
one's
she's
gonna
gonna
hit
bit
you,
me.
honey. No,
No, that
I think
first
somebody
day.
was hitting her when they were putting the leash on her. Huh? Is she still on there? Let's see.
Well, guys, I'm gonna.
Say bye-bye, Sandy.
Sandy, mira,
This way.
Sandy. Say bye. No,
Watch
just
this.
take her.
Here, Sandy.
Maybe she's gonna.
There,
push
say
her.
bye-bye.
Sandy's story is not just about a dog who found a home, it's about the quiet power of kindness, about second chances given at the right moment, about what can happen when someone opens a door, and a heart to a soul in need. Once invisible, Sandy is now cherished. Once alone, she is surrounded by love. And her journey reminds us all that sometimes those who need us most will find their way to our doorstep. The rest is up to us. If Sandy's journey moved you, please share her story. Tell us in the comments, what part touched your heart the most? And if you believe in second chances, help spread the message. Because every dog deserves a home, and every act of kindness can change.
Qué rico. I remember her skin was bleeding, like everything over here. I know. But she looks great. She looks great, and we want to thank everybody that has been donating, that has been asking. We closed the GoFundMe because we wanted it to be able to donate the money to the rescue and start, helping with the vet bills. But we have people asking about how can they keep donating, and then we're gonna put the information for the vet place with the Paw Patrol, which is the rescue that said yes to her. So if anyone wants to donate 5, 10, 20, 100, 1,000, 20,000, anything helps. But we want to say thank you to all of you